That's
Look
pretty.
at that. Hey, am I successful or what? Look at me with my own show, The Howard Stern Interview, and here I am with Richard Lewis. Very famous comedian, Richard Lewis.
How are you?
Thank you, Richard.
Let me tell you right now. You look thin.
Right.
You look like an idiot.
Yes.
This is.
All right, that is absolutely absurd. I happen
It's
to look
absurd.
great. Hey, never
You do
mind.
look good.
No,
Thin.
Let me tell you
But
something.
no way you do. You're so destructive.
Yeah.
You're
Why
so
do
lucky.
I look bad? Let me tell you something. You do not look good because,
I do not look good?
you know what? Seriously,
Do
the
I have
sneakers...
linguini hanging out of my wardrobe?
Oh, but you
No.
know what? You're jealous of this jacket. Absolutely.
You know what I'm jealous of?
What?
Absolutely nothing. That's why I'm here, to tell you that. Take
I
care
know.
of yourself.
All right, goodbye,
Because
Richard.
you're so envious of people. No, hi, Howard.
Richard, let me conduct...
Can I
No,
shake your
don't
hand?
shake my hand.
Not even a shake?
No, I don't
Not
want to
even-
shake
not
hands.
even a shake?
All right, shake my hand. We're going to
Thank you.
start. Richard
You want
Lewis...
a pillow?
Let me describe this.
This
A lot
really
of
serves a
people at
lot. This serves a
home...
big purpose, this pillow.
There's a lot of people at home who don't know who Richard Lewis is. A lot of people are not
Oh,
aware
that's
of him.
who wrote that
And
for you?
let me just say that Richard Lewis is a fine stand-up comedian.
Oh, how-
He also has been on several television programs. They have not done well. He has been in movies, but he is due for a big hit. It's going to happen. First of all, Richard,
What?
my vibe on you is
What's
that
the vibe, man?
that
Wait,
you do not...
This hasn't. You wearing two sweaters?
I am wearing two sweaters. That you do not enjoy stand-up comedy.
No, you're gonna sit
Is that
on
true?
this.
That's
Oh,
okay.
Believe me, you can't. sit
Be
on
interviewed. If you're not going to be interviewed, I'm going to throw you off the couch.
this. Wow.
I want you to be interviewed tonight.
Yeah, but you know.
You do not enjoy stand-up comedy, am I correct? You do not. You do not like being a stand-up comedian, am I correct?
What are you, Roy Cohn's ghost?
No,
What's
come
going
on, brother. Do you enjoy being a stand-up comedian? You do not,
Do
am I correct?
enjoy it? I love doing
He's
it.
going to be difficult. I've known him a couple of
I
years.
just saw you spit. Did they see you spit? Because you don't cut here, do you?
I don't care. I'm going to tell you
It's
something.
despicable.
I'm going to tell you something.
You
That,
tell me something. I guarantee you I will not learn anything from it or
all
evolve
right,
as a human
since
being.
you've reduced it to this, I'm going to now just show
Reduced
pictures.
it?
I'll show
I have a
pictures of
new-
your girlfriends. How's that? Now, either you answer my
you got a
questions.
bit?
I have bits. I have
You
tapes.
wait bits?
I have tapes.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
It's not a bit, I have
Was it
real
going to be a
tape.
picture of Felix the Cat and Drag?
No, nothing like that.
Listen, Howard, first
Richard,
of all,
you became you are someone who came to the attention of the public through stand-up comedy.
you, only
no,
through you.
Through stand-up comedy.
through you in your little dark room where you think you're good.
No,
In
through
your little
stand-up.
dark room with your own little private world in your head.
Through-
with this
through
crap
stand-up
corner.
comedy.
Actually, whoever designed it did a good job, but he had the wrong model.
Well,
by the
come
way.
on, come
It's
on,
actually
come on.
pretty hot.
You're being. It's a
It's
great
not,
jacket.
because you don't congratulate me. I'm starring. I have a new show on Fox, Daddy Dearest.
well, I was going to do a half-hour profile
with Don
of you.
Rickles, who's brilliant, and I had to hear you.
Yes.
Call you at 4 a.m. because you're the kind of person. Look, you're so insecure, and I know why I love you because number one, you have been very good to me. Number two,
Right.
the fact that you nail me behind my back. I should actually do the interview like this. I feel more comfortable, like Miles Davis.
I feel more comfortable
Rest in
talking
peace.
behind your back. Richard,
That's
sit back and be interviewed.
No one should ever. His house, you got a dinner. People
You know
should
what?
always sit like this.
I have
Howard, how's
prepared.
everything?
I have prepared a very good
Let me
interview.
finish my point.
Your point will go
I
on
don't want
endlessly.
your
You're
interviews
boring people.
suck. You
No,
should
you're
just
boring
talk.
people. You're boring people. You're being
Don't
psychotic.
judge.
Yeah, you're being psychotic.
And
you know
right
what?
now,
You know what?
that was the worst line reading. in history.
You're shot out of a cannon. Richard Lewis.
How thin you got.
Since he became famous.
No, you look like who's the sidekick on Lone Ranger?
I can see you're not
look
going to let
like
me talk.
No, you look like Phil Silverheels.
like
he was
Tonto.
an Indian. No, Tonto's son
Tonto.
who went to rabbinical school.
Right. Okay.
Oh, you laughed. I'm sorry.
You finally got 20 minutes and you finally made me laugh. All right, listen, Richard Lewis.
I'm not here to make you
Yeah,
laugh.
you are here to make me laugh.
Are you out of your
You're
mind?
my court jester.
My goal is to make you cry.
Let me tell you something. I'm
your court jester. You ego.
going to talk about women with you now because you're not
Great,
allowing
let's
me to
go,
get a word
darling.
in. There came a time where Richard
Look
Lewis
at me. Are
became
you reading
popular.
it? Why are you
I don't
looking at me?
I don't want to look at you. Richard Lewis became popular.
I don't want to look at you either.
Richard Lewis
Yeah.
became popular on television.
Be popular on television.
And what
I did
happened was
50 letters.
suddenly he was attractive to women. Is that true?
You don't do this.
Would you just leave that alone? Suddenly became attractive to women.
Yeah. So what,
And
suddenly,
yes.
I love women.
And I'm going to show a picture of you first. That you do a shtick.
Are you
where
doing a bit like an old Steve Allen thing back in the '60s?
All right, listen. You want me to
serious?
interview you or not? Are you going to?
This is an interview. You don't look at me.
This is not funny. What you're doing? You're interrupting every 3 seconds,
believe me.
and you're not saying anything funny.
Okay,
All right.
yeah.
Now let me say something.
All
right. Richard Lewis, when he became famous,
Such an idiot.
when you became famous,
Did I say
You-
homophobic? I said idiot.
you started to date. You said you're afraid of dating, and you started to date women, and you started to date very good-looking women. Because you yourself are not a great-looking guy.
Whoever said I was?
Yeah, but yet you started to get girls of model caliber.
You know, I think that you
And
are
a lot
a
of
closet
times-
homosexual and that you want me.
Why?
How's that?
Why would I be a closet
Because
homosexual?
you are preoccupied.
I'm a married man and I have 3
Well, big
children.
deal. There's
but
a million
I'm
couples in
fascinated by the
Hollywood
way
who
you
lie.
handle your celebrity.
I just think that you're preoccupied with my looks. That's all you ever talk about.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break here.
These things are going to break.
I'm going to take a break here, and I'm going to
blame
have a serious discussion with you during the commercial. And
No,
if you want to
no.
allow me to interview you, then we will continue this interview. If not, I will throw you off the couch and interview you without you being here. Now, I am going to take a break.
Wow, that'd be great. We
I'm going to take a break. I'm going to talk to you during the commercial.
I
You got to
wanna
allow
talk
me
to
to
you, but you
interview
don't look at me.
You got to answer the question.
If you look at me, I will talk to you.
All right. I'm going to take a break.
And I will sit here and wait.
And I'll be back with the Howard Stern interview, and then I will interview Richard Lewis with the time left, because he has really not allowed me to interview
Then get
him.
Fab back.
Let me tell you
Oh, I
something.
care.
I might get Fabio back.
Oh, it's Fabio.
Fabio. And we'll be back with Richard Lewis. I'll try to talk about his sex life, his various television and film projects. But if he doesn't allow me, I'll
let's
throw
talk
him off.
about life. I don't
I'll
wanna
kick
talk-
you right off the set. That'll be the end of it.
Wow,
All right.
you
We'll
are
be back
a punk.
right after these words. Hey, everybody, look at that. Here we are in the Howard Stern interview. I'm here with Richard Lewis.
Hi, Howie.
Hey, Richard. Richard, of course, is a stand-up comedian who has moved into television and film work. And I had a long discussion with him during the commercials. And we are going to conduct an interview because I felt the first segment went badly.
I thought.
Who
it was-
agrees? I am a good judge of this. You're not allowing me to interview you. You are being difficult. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
No, I mean, you have an interesting career going on. You have an interesting life. You had some ups and downs, and we're going to talk about it.
Ups and downs.
You've had a few ups and downs.
You know, no one has ups and downs in life.
Here you are, a guy who became famous, and who do you date? You date perfect-looking women.
How do you know who? You don't know who's been
All right,
in my
let's
house.
take a look.
This is. Oh, I'm sorry.
This
It was
is
a
Richard
setup.
Lewis. A lot of times you come alone to movies, and I'll show that first.
Yeah,
That's your
and,
thing.
And there's a reason.
Why? What is the reason?
Because now I don't like to. I'd rather be alone to meet new women,
Right.
to potentially marry, rather
let
than
people
bring a
take a
date
look.
who won't go further.
Let us take a look now at Richard Lewis when he arrived with a date. Now, I want you to carefully watch what this woman looks like. If this isn't better than Cindy Crawford, I don't know what is. Take a look carefully. Now, please rewind that. Wait, rewind that. Rewind that. I got to have that back, and I want people to see that again. There is no way in the world.
What's wrong with going out with a pretty girl?
If you talk about sexist, I've never seen you with a woman that looked anything less than that woman. Look at you. Oh, and she thinks she's there for a photo shoot.
I'm not commenting.
Who is that girl?
That's an old girlfriend.
You dated her.
Yes.
That's an old lover of yours, isn't it? Is that true?
Yes, an old lover.
Who is that? Is that your girlfriend, Norit? Is that her?
I don't mention other people's names.
Who is that girl?
It's an old girlfriend.
Is that a model?
I don't know. I
Is
haven't
she a
seen her in
model?
4 years. I
How do
don't know
you
what
meet
she's
a
doing
girl
here.
like that? How do
How?
you meet a girl like that? Tell the guys at home.
I think I met her at a concert.
You met her at a concert.
Yeah, I met most of my girlfriends after shows.
And the girls are at concerts and they see Richard Lewis, who they see on TV, who's a stand-up comedian. You're on Letterman over 50 times. You never got women like that your whole life. Until
Oh,
you
I
met
know
a
your
date.
theory. If I wasn't a comic, I'd be, and you said I'd be like, whatever, I'd be looking for Inca ruins
You would
and,
be
and
dating,
masturbating
you would not-
in a cave.
No, you would be dating
Your
ugly
theory
women.
sucks because I am more. That's why I went to therapy. I mean, this is
Go
like
ahead.
10 seconds.
Go ahead,
How's
tell
that?
me.
Is that fair?
Go ahead.
I went to therapy to find out that I have more likable qualities than just being a celebrity like you. Okay?
Do you remember a
So
time
that's
when
what
you
I
weren't a
learned.
celebrity?
Yes.
Do you remember dating women when
No,
you
I
weren't a
just
celebrity?
masturbated. You're
What
right,
if I-
absolutely
or
right.
no, but were the women even close to that caliber of woman?
So
In reality, you don't feel truly loved by these women.
No, actually, I went out with very beautiful women when I was very poor, but the truth of the matter is now, and you've mentioned it on your many times,
Right.
you don't know, well, you're married, you don't have the problem, you don't know whether, early on, whether the woman really wants to be with you because,
You're famous.
You're upwardly, yeah,
Right.
or not.
Or not.
That is a problem, but
Right.
people would admit that.
But go into this woman here. This woman is...
That's 5 years ago, though.
5 years ago. There's a woman, this is a model, true?
At the time, no, she was an actress.
She was an actress. And you
As
meet
so
her...
is, I think.
and you
I haven't
meet
seen her in years.
And you meet her at a party.
No, this was, I believe, at a concert, and I asked her out.
Yes. And immediately she says
No,
yes.
no, she had a boyfriend, and I didn't.
Right.
And we became friends, just friends, for 4 years. And then when we both were single, we
And when you're with a woman like this, I mean, is it possible to even...
that's like 5 years after I had met her.
Is it possible to satisfy women of this caliber? Do you
Hold on.
explode?
Time out.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
Explode?
it's a whole... It's almost like
A
being with
little
a
graphic.
penthouse... It's like being with a penthouse magazine, isn't it? I mean, do you sit there and go, my God, I don't believe how fantastic this
Let me
is?
just try to interpret something.
Yes.
Here's how I interpret that.
Yes.
One, you're unbelievably jealous that I'm with a, that you
Yes.
see me with a pretty woman.
I am jealous.
Two, you're asking me how it is to be naked and have an orgasm with a beautiful woman because you think you would explode
Yes.
and
I
have
wouldn't-
like a
I
premature
would.
ejaculation.
Yes, I would.
Am I
Yes,
interpreting
you're
your-
absolutely correct.
Am I interpreting this dumbass
I'm
question
asking
properly?
you if that happened.
Huh?
Did that happen?
Absolutely.
It did. I thought
All
so.
the time.
Richard Lewis is here. He has a new show coming out on Fox. Look at
Daddy
my hair.
Dearest,
You like
it's
my
called.
hair like this?
It's good. If you just put, it's a little Don Henley, a little Jay Silverheels.
Yeah, okay. What I'm going to do is take a break. Richard Lewis is here.
How am I doing? Was I better this time?
This
I
was a
listened.
great segment.
But no
Yeah.
was the worst. No, the problem was?
Yes.
The third one will be better.
Right.
Your questions sucked.
No, my
I will
questions were
listen
great.
better again.
All right.
If your questions pick up, I think we have a hit.
All right, good. Okay, Richard Lewis is here. He
Don't
is
forget
in,
the movie.
He's in a new movie with a Mel Brooks movie.
Robin Hood and Men in Tights.
Robin
Imagine.
Hood, Men in Tights.
That's right. I'm Prince
and,
John.
Don Rickles and Richard Lewis
father,
together on
Daddy
Fox.
Dearest.
I will show a clip of that, but
Are
we'll
you
be
really?
back
You
right
don't
after
have
these
to. We'll
words.
talk.
All right. Okay, we're here with Richard
So,
Lewis.
I didn't think I'd be this happy doing this show.
You're having a relaxed, good
Well,
time.
The problem is that you have to fly to Costa Rica. It's a long, it's a long way.
You are now enjoying yourself. You're answering my questions, and it'll be a good interview if you follow along. Now, we
You
saw
got
in the
it.
last segment the girlfriend that you had 5 years
What?
ago,
Yeah.
and you told me during the commercial that you are dating unbelievable girls now.
Yeah, very small, very nice, very
And-
nurturing.
That's right.
And she was too. Everyone.
Now, what do you make of Jerry
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld dating a 17-year-old? What do you think of
I
that?
don't know. I heard what you said. I heard what he said. I don't know. I think she's 19. I think he said it's not his girlfriend.
Well, he says he's going out with her, doesn't he?
So what?
Would you date a 17-year-old?
Is she 17?
Yeah, would you date a
I
17?
probably wouldn't.
You would not.
I draw the line. I've been actually struggling now. I draw
Right.
the line now at anywhere between 22 and 23.
So, comics, that's good. That's a good age. Comics,
No,
Jerry
they're
Seinfeld,
women.
you have a lot
They're
of...
out of college already.
rating comedians now. Jerry Seinfeld, you have a lot of feeling for. You feel he's good.
Oh, yeah.
You think he's a top
now we're
comic?
doing the top 10 list?
Give me a top 10.
Who
Top 10
cares?
comics. Jerry Seinfeld
Oh,
is good.
I don't know the top 10.
Who is better, Jay Leno or David Letterman?
Better?
Who is better?
They're totally different
Who is a
comedians.
better host of a show? Who will win in the ratings?
Winning the ratings?
Yes.
That's a good question.
Yes.
Now I don't know. I thought initially that it was going to be Letterman because he had the 10-year,
Right.
raise. It's hard to know. That Tonight Show slob because it's a tough.
Do you do the
I
Tonight
know.
Show?
Yeah, I do.
You are a guest on the Tonight
I'm
Show?
a Letterman.
And Letterman will say to you at some point, now that he's moving to 11:30.
I'm too old to care about this stuff.
No,
I'm
you
a
care
Letterman
about it.
Letterman-
You have a problem on your hands. You like Jay Leno,
I have no
don't you?
problem on my hands.
Is he a
I just
friend?
want to be alive.
No, you have a problem.
No, I don't.
Career-wise, you're going to be forced to make a
I
decision.
want to have a wife and a child. You think I care about
Oh,
that
you
other
want to have a
crap?
wife and child?
Right. I want
And
people
will
to
that
have...
interfere with your dating? The wife and child?
Let me tell you how funny that is.
Yeah, right. That's very funny.
Let me tell you how funny
All
it
right.
is.
No,
I
no,
just
no,
took
be
a-
honest with me.
My colon almost exploded from that.
Jay Leno will
No,
come to you
Letterman
and
is
say,
my first guy because he was the guy who resurrected my stand-up career. But
David Letterman put you on first. He thought of you enough to put you on
I
and
did
give you a
Tonight
shot.
Show way before Dave had his show. I'm
you
just
did.
saying Letterman was I've done more. I've done 50 shows.
50 shows. I have done less than that. I've done
What's the
19 Letterman
difference?
appearances.
Point is,
and
Letterman
I
is-
have been told on occasion that when Letterman competes with somebody, he
Yeah.
does not want you appearing on the Tonight Show.
He's never told me that.
It will happen. And where will you appear? You will
I'm too
appear.
mature to care about that
You will
stuff.
appear on the Letterman Show. Am I correct?
I just did it last night.
Right. And you will stop
Or
doing
when
the
I don't know
Tonight Show.
when you- huh?
If Jay calls, you'll have to
No,
stop.
I'll do the Tonight Show. I
gonna do
don't
both.
do a lot though. I don't like to do too many.
All right.
You,
And-
I do because I'm scared that you might murder me if I don't do this.
No, you have to
Only
do
reason
my
I'm
show.
doing it.
Now you are embarking on a few things, but first of all, let's go back a
Chevy
couple
Chase
of
has a
steps.
show. What do you think of that?
Chevy Chase has a show. It will bomb. It will bomb. Will it not?
I have no idea.
You don't find Chevy funny. You've told me that off the air.
Oh, that's not true at all.
He is not a funny
I've
guy.
never said that to
You've
you.
never
I've
said
never
that?
discussed it.
No.
But I've never seen him as a host either.
You think he's
I'm
a funny
done.
man?
Huh?
You think he's funny?
I think he was terrific on Saturday night, but as a host, I can't wait to see what happens.
You will not do his show. And why don't you admit it?
This is unbelievable.
All right.
You made
and
that,
you do
you made that
Arsenio?
statement,
Do you
huh?
do the Arsenio Hall show?
No, 'cause
Why
I-
not? Because Dave told you not to. Is that correct?
No, I'm my own
Answer the
man.
question. Answer the question.
Look at you.
Do
Look
you
at
do
those
the
eyes.
Arsenio
Look
Hall
at those
show?
phony eyes.
All right. Here we go. Now let's.
I spoke to Arsenio about it.
You did.
Yeah, I said I'm a Letterman guy.
And what did he
And
say?
I said, occasionally I do Johnny and Jay because I like to keep things like, and you because I thought you would murder me, and he understood.
Right. Okay. And he understood that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Chevy, I'm not friends with, so I haven't had the discussion.
But
What other shows are left?
All right, that's
And
it.
I like Sonia. She's a very nice
Sonia
woman.
Live is very nice.
And Larry King, who I know you have a war
So
with.
talk to me about this early career of yours. You start out at what age of being a stand-up
Boy,
comic?
your segues, by the way, they're like bullets that go right into your heart.
What age do we start thinking about being a stand-up comic?
Is this a question for college kids or for
Come on.
me?
What age? Give me
talking about
career
me?
guide. Yeah. How old were we when we started?
How old were we?
How old were you
Wait.
when you started thinking about being a stand-up comic?
First of all, you need a prompter and you need
Right.
a cue card.
How old were you when you
I
started thinking
started
about it?
about 24. Oh, when I started thinking about it?
Yeah.
Oh, in college, but I didn't have enough guts
You want to be a
do it.
stand-up comic. At 24, you go up on the stage and you see you have some kind of talent for this.
Yeah, and No Helm and David Brennan was like my best. He's, well, you know.
And you start to work
helped me
out,
out.
and you really are not doing well in the early
well,
part of
there's
your career.
15 of us, and I was a regular at the Improv, which at the time was a big deal.
But evidently you ran out of money, true? Because you went to David Brenner and you asked him for a loan. David Brenner was a successful comic, and
yeah,
you
when
went
I
to
was
him.
broke, I asked him for some money.
Why
so
were
I
you
quit my
broke? You
day
come
job.
from a wealthy family. Do you not?
Middle class family. I don't want to ask them. You have to be on your own after a while.
You didn't want to ask your parents for money.
No, they sent me to college. That was funny.
And after college, you felt, hey, I can't ask my parents for money. So you asked David
didn't
Brenner
want
for
to.
money?
I
A
could
perfect
have.
stranger, you asked David Brenner for money.
What's the perfect stranger? He was a best friend.
How did you ask
If you
David
can do
Brenner?
research, do research.
You went to David Brenner and said, listen, I'm going to get out of the business.
No, I said, I said, I want to be a comic full time. I want to quit these day gigs.
Right.
He said, what do you need? I said, if you gave me $1,000, I think I could probably quit my jobs. And he gave me $1,000.
That is
And
unbelievable.
back then it was unbelievable.
That's a lot of money to give
$1,000
someone.
back then was like asking for 10 or something.
Because why should he care whether you keep your career or not?
Because you want to know the word? Just read my lips. Friendship.
Right.
It's a hard word to...
I would not lend you $1,000.
And believe me, I wouldn't ask you for a dime.
Absolutely. But you did not go to
You
your
know what
parents.
you're asking you for dimes? Like asking that to Godfather.
And then you pride yourself on this psychoanalysis, right?
Pride myself?
Yes, psychoanalysis.
Can I get you a book of verbs? What do you mean I pride myself? I've been
You,
in it and I don't go much anymore.
you make a big deal about the fact that you're in psychiatry.
I don't make a big deal about it.
You like the idea that
I
going
don't
to a
like it. I
psychiatrist.
wish I was out of it. I only
You
go
have
maybe
so many
once.
problems that you need a psychiatrist. Is that correct?
That is not correct.
Where are my ink blots? Give me my ink blots, quickly. Oh, here they are. Let me ask you something. What do you see? I'm curious about you psychologically. What do you see?
Just setups the joke.
What do you see when
The
you see
bits
this?
really
Tell me
suck.
what you
I gotta
quickly.
tell you.
What comes to mind when you
Huh?
see this? What is it? What comes to mind?
No children or marriage.
No children or marriage. This is Cher's pap smear. That's what that is. All right. Now, what is this? Hold it. What is this?
Hold on. I gotta take a breath from
So
that.
do another one here.
Huh?
What do you think of when you see this?
I see the logo of me.
No, most people don't even know what this is because nobody watches this channel. That's the problem. It's a very
not
sad
true.
statement. And what about this? What do you see when you see this?
I see two lesbian poodles.
Two lesbian poodles. This is Jerry Seinfeld and his girlfriend celebrating their high school graduation together. It's unbelievable. Richard Lewis is here. He is promoting a movie that we'll get to.
I'm here for you.
You're also promoting this TV show that
I
you'll
have
be
my
doing
own
with,
show, Daddy Dearest, on Fox.
with Don Rickles.
Yeah, he's my father.
All right, we'll talk about that in
We're
a minute.
not going to talk about it. You're lying to me. That's
No,
why I'm sneaking
we're gonna
into
get
that.
to it.
And the movie opens in July.
All right.
No, Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
Yes, and
I know why I'm saying it? I'm anti-plug. I want to talk about real things, but you're going to forget because you're going to nail me if I
No,
forget.
no, we're gonna
Now
go
it is.
through your life.
And you're going to edit it out anyway.
No, I'm not.
I'm a jerk for even trying.
I would never do it. We'll be back right after these words on the Howard Stern
It's a
interview.
great show. Which one?
This is called Daddy Dearest.
I didn't want to show a clip. We don't have to.
All right, let me take a look at a clip of this.
You told your brother I'm an ungrateful parasite? Hey, get out! Dr. Mitchell, he's not in the group.
Dad, I am in the middle of a session.
What? You mean you're not waiting for Jack Nicholson and the big tall Indian?
I'm sorry, Dr. Mitchell. I was on the phone. He just ran right by me.
So did the Allies.
Happy Rally.
There he is. That's Don, the legendary Don Rickles.
Now look at that. Real? He's great.
And are there good-looking girls on this show?
Every week, believe me.
Oh, really?
Well,
Are
I'm
you serious?
single. My wife leaves me, and his wife leaves him, so I live with him.
So you can
very
date.
traditional sitcom,
And you can date.
but very funny, huh?
And you will have different girls that you date on the show.
I think so.
Who is your present girlfriend?
I don't have a girlfriend.
Right now, you are single.
That's why I only, I'm
You have,
single. I'm
you have
dating.
no girlfriend. You are
I'm
dating.
Oh, yeah.
Any interesting celebrities that you might be dating?
No one of no one. If
Tawny Katane, Demi Moore. Well, she's married. Tawny Katane, are you dating her?
God,
No, you're not?
Get a list down.
I see.
Get a list down.
All right.
But
and,
you would probably be very envious and probably do one of those explosion riffs again.
And Mel Brooks you were with?
The movie.
And he was good? He's funny again?
I think this harkens back to Blazing Saddles. I hope for him, and I hope it's a great cast.
And you're paid a lot of money to be in a
Carrie
Mel Brooks
Elwes,
movie, or do you
Roger
volunteer
Rees.
to be in it?
Tracy Ullman, she's brilliant in it.
What happens when Mel Brooks approaches you to do a movie? Are you in a
I
negotiation?
said yes immediately.
You said yes. And what about payment? Do you negotiate with him?
For an idol? No. I mean, I got paid, but I mean, it was like a dream come true for me, quite
He
frankly.
called you and asked you to be in this movie?
Yes.
Did you have to audition?
No.
You did not. You know Mel Brooks that well.
Well, maybe he knows me that
knows
well,
your work?
if that goes through your head.
And he calls you up, he says, I'm thinking of you for
I
a
love
movie.
you, Howard. You know why?
Yeah.
You have so much room for improvement to evolve as a human being.
Thank you.
And, I'm young enough to see it happen.
But when Mel Brooks calls you,
Yeah. He told me the idea. I read the script, and I said, who do you have in mind? He says, I want you to play Prince John. I went, great. And then he called my agent, and that was that.
And there was no negotiating in terms of salary?
I'm sure there was a little bit. They always negotiate.
Is it going to the hundreds of thousands of dollars for someone like
No,
this?
not in the money fetish.
No, what is your asking
You're
price?
richer than most people in this country.
No,
Why
it's
do you
not
care
true.
what other
No,
people
what
make?
is your asking price for something like that? For is it a
have no
cameo
idea.
or a major role?
It's a major role.
Major role. So you have to negotiate a price.
Yeah, it's still being negotiated. Sometimes deals take. You
get a percentage of that
the
movie?
smirk is? The smirk is I got the Jew, and we're not going to let him off the ropes.
Okay.
Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're wrong. First of all, I'm
And you're
half
half Jewish.
Half Jewish.
And I don't like the fact that you do that half thing, by the
Well,
way.
I have to. There's a lot of anti-Semites in this country. Listen to me. I want to know something. All right, you know what? I'm going to
just
give
looking
up.
for an explanation.
I'm going to give up. Richard Lewis,
Are you wishing me well?
I'm wishing you well in your new project.
This show is fabulous, by the way.
Fox Network. It's a
I
tough
did
sell.
Sunday night after Married with Children. It's a
Sunday
great
night
slot.
on Fox is a tough night for you. You're going to be up
How
against
do you-
a lot.
What are you
Sunday
talking
night.
about? It's after Married with Children.
Well, Married with Children, does that do well?
That's fantastic.
It does. It's not number one in its time slot, obviously. Fox has a stigma attached to it.
It's one of the hit shows for the last 6 years.
So you feel confident that you'll be able to carry the audience?
Absolutely, and I think Mel Brooks is going to have a big hit on his hands.
You do.
Yep.
And
And I
that's,
expect you to at least go see it for me.
that's very exciting. Richard Lewis, thank you for joining me on the
Hey,
Howard
I
Stern
wanted to do
interview.
it the first week. I just couldn't do it.
I'm glad you were here. And
pleasure.
we'll be back
Success.
next time on the Howard Stern interview.